Hello and welcome to Chapter Chaps. It's me, Quentin Anthony, and I'm hitting you up with that D-pool.
What's up? I didn't read the book for this week. What are we doing? I forget how we start these things up.
Hello and welcome to Double Issue. My name is Quentin Pongratz, and with me is Daniel Poole.
Okay, that's how we do it. Hello, this is Double Issue. This is Quentin.
Hello, this is Quentin Issue. I am Double Poole, and joining me today is Issue.
But yeah, this is a podcast where we make up stories. We're creating a shared universe using stories and world building conversations.
Yeah. The Double Issue superhero universe and associated.
Yeah.
It's the Double Issue verse, because we do have the
Double-verse.
Double Issue cinematic universe
That's true.
where Idris Elba
is separate.
plays Captain Havoc Sr. I think that's the only casting decision we've made.
Could Jaden Smith be Captain Havoc Jr.? Or is he too old now to be a teen?
Yeah, too old is what I'd say. That's the only reason I'd reject that choice,
He's one of my faves.
just because you love that anime.
I've been opened up to other works by Jaden Smith now.
Oh, what do you like? The Earth After Earth one?
That was pretty cool. I like that one.
Okay.
He does some music. He's got a bottled water company now. All I'm saying is, we give Jaden Smith a lot of crap, and I think he does some cool stuff. Beyond Neo Yokio, which is still the best anime ever of all time.
That's gross of you to say. It's like I'm throwing up a bit in my mouth.
So anyway, what's our topic this week, Quentin?
I don't know. We got more to get into before this. It's our conceptionversary, Daniel. Roughly a year ago today, we came up with the idea for this.
Oh yeah, did we come up over Oktoberfest?
Yeah, returning from John's birthday.
Cool.
We started the idea. And now here we are, episode 29.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, we've been pretty much consistent on having episodes out.
Yeah, we had 2 fillers,
Yeah.
but 1 bonus.
Ooh.
So basically like 1 filler.
Yeah. Could we just release like extra episodes to like take up that?
Yeah, we need 1 more bonus episode to be fully weekly again.
Okay.
So at some point we need another, and it has to be an actual episode.
Not just all the stuff we've talked about.
Yeah. So we talked about what domain names we want to buy and what things would be good to talk about in this episode. Did we decide one?
Yeah. We're going to talk about Myriad.
Myriad or the Zombie City event? Which one?
Well, I guess the Zombie City event, and we'll learn about Myriad through that.
Okay, so what do we know about this event so far? The amazing Richard made some device that started sucking souls out of everyone,
Yeah.
and the city became like zombies
Right.
when they had their souls sucked in because they want to eat other people to get their souls somehow. I think
Yeah.
maybe they got soul teeth now. Essence suckers.
Their mouths are just like octopus suction cups.
Let's see. Soulteeth.online is available.
Woo.
I guess at some point we should determine, but maybe they either can suck souls out of people and feed on them or something, or they believe they can, and so they're just trying to eat people. But there is some sort of identification. They do know someone that is not like them. They're all not running around biting each other.
Yeah. I was going to say, what if they're just hungry? Like, they just eat anything.
Yeah. There needs to be a reason why they're not just all eating each other then.
Yeah. Do they play by zombie rules? Like, can they suck out your soul and you become one too?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Yeah, so maybe they just don't take on their own. It'd be a much less messy zombie apocalypse.
Since they're not eating brains?
Yeah, it's like since they don't have to like dig into you.
Oh, they're digging in.
Oh.
How else are they going to get to the soul part?
Okay, so they're still roughing you up.
Yeah, they're not going for the brains, but they're trying to chomp down on you. And I think the similar zombie things is for some weird logic reason, if you don't have a soul in you, your body doesn't know when to die.
Oh.
So they could be rotting, and you could take off an arm and they're still just like, meh.
I think that checks out.
Yeah. The amazing Richard makes a device because he wants to suck out his soul and live forever.
Right, in his robot body.
Yeah, this is pre-robot body, though.
Okay.
I think maybe he's just trying to find a way to transfer the soul.
Okay.
But it doesn't, like, contain correctly or something. I don't know exactly his motivation right now. We could flesh that out, I guess.
Yeah.
But I think at some point the device goes haywire and just starts sucking.
Oh.
And it kind of sucks in a whole city. And that would be, like, the genesis of the event.
So I was wondering if he's testing on a couple people. You could also do, like, heroes come in and bust up his lab, and his test subjects get free.
Oh, that's probably pretty good.
And they start sucking people.
And then we can use the malfunctioning equipment that's just sucking in souls as a later plot device.
Yeah.
So the genesis is he's just testing it out. He's not really happy with it yet, but he's working on it. Some heroes come in to stop his evil plans because they know something's going on. I guess we need some people to stop him. And these are people that have probably got.
Oh, like heroes that got.
Yeah. So maybe they like come in and they beat Richard easily. And then they're like, we'll set these people free. And they open up a cage or something with some people in it, and they just like jump out and bite the heroes. You have some zombies going free that were captured. They're spreading it around the city. And you have some super zombies freed upon the world, I guess. Okay, I've got one. Truth Satyr.
Oh.
It's a satyr, a mythological being that... No, I mean like Truth Satyr, like Crusader.
Oh, but Truth Satyr would be good too.
That's Truth Satyr's nemesis. Where they have like sword and shield, or
I mean that would be good
in regular armor. Well, then how do they get bit if they got all this armor on?
Take off their helmet to like swish back their flowing hair and then get bit. If he's a Truth Crusader, you have like a giant book for a shield, or
it's weird how you look up Crusader and it's basically one dude.
Yeah.
There's a very little variant on what a Crusader is.
And that's not even necessarily what Crusaders looked like. Like that's very stylized.
Maybe Truth Satyr doesn't get bit. The other one gets bit. Oh, we can have the other person gets bit, and then that person can bite through armor.
Oh, okay.
So they're with their sidekick, Truth Satyr. I'm thinking right now, like, I don't know why I'm thinking of exclusively armored superheroes. Maybe we should save them for the defense, like the assault later. But like a hermit crab guy, just a hero with a big shell on their back.
A Ninja Turtle?
Yeah, but the shell is like a lot larger. It's not inconspicuous.
More like a tortoise.
No, I'm thinking like pointy shell.
Oh.
This hermit crab one might be a someone that is sent in because they're less susceptible to the bites. So probably not this first wave. But I'm thinking their name is like Hermitite.
I'm just imagining the guy like laying down on the ground in front of a bunch of zombies. Just, nope, I'm in here now.
They can't get through the shell.
Just gonna wait it out.
This shell hardens whenever it's hit. So we need someone like soft body Jim. Someone that's gonna get a chunk taken out of him. What about a stretchy hero?
Oh, a zombie stretchy hero.
Yeah,
be weird.
Just a mouth coming out of nowhere and just chomp chomp. That's how they're able to hit Truth Satyr.
Oh, they squeeze in between.
Yeah, it just whoop chomp.
But Justice Jam.
Jamstis. I don't know about that name.
Jammer. Give him the Jammer Slam. He plays Pogs.
So now I'm imagining them less stretchy and more oozy, which still works. But that's what Jam makes me think of.
Maybe it's...
Is they're like made
like
of Jam.
Flex's brother.
So do we have Jammer and Truth Satyr, the unstoppable duo?
What if they're both low-level heroes trying to prove themselves, and so they team up this time, but they're kind of like lovable rivals?
Okay.
Just like, I'm taking down Amazing Richard by myself. Then I'll prove that I'm a an A-list hero. And Jammer's like...
They both come in there to take on Amazing Richard themselves.
Jammer's like, well, you better beat him before I do.
So they're just two independent solo heroes.
And Truth Satyr's sidekick, Squire Lad.
No, I think they're in Squire.
In Squire?
Like Inquire.
Gross.
So, do they have like a hammer of truth or something? Do they have some way of telling the truth? Or making someone tell the truth?
Oh, Truth Satyr?
Yeah. The power of Christ compels you to tell me the truth. They just have Jesus on their side. They
have a truth sword, and anyone stabbed with it has to tell truth. What if they just know when someone's lying?
Their sword will glow in the midst of lies.
Oh, I meant they just know. Like, They know internally, and then they wear the armor, since that's not necessarily a direct forward.
Yeah, I imagine they got some strength or something.
They're ripped.
I mean, it could be like artifact based.
Yeah.
The armor is sacred and the sword is sacred, and then given with this set of things, they just know the truth.
Yeah, I could see that. It's the armor of God.
Yeah.
And then I like that Insquire is sort of a Batman 66 character where he's always running around, Truth Satyr, what's this?
Always asking questions.
Always. Constant.
There are no dumb questions, but sometimes there are dumb sidekicks. So this mini-series starts up, and you're just following Truth Satyr and their sidekick Insquire. And these are people that don't have their own book. And you're just, what is this? As they're just tracking down. This is the issue 0 that they give out on Free Comic Book Day.
Okay.
It's just Truth Satyr and Insquire tracking down some leads and stuff and doing their action bits. Perhaps intercut with Jammer doing their thing. So is Jammer made of jam? Is the real question here.
I mean, I was thinking just a stretch hero, but it could be kind of funny if he's like...
What if they're just sticky?
Chris. They just should be. I was going to say, it's like Mr. Fantastic, except droopy. Clayface, except not monstrous, just gross.
What if it's like the stretchy is a side effect?
Oh.
The sticky is the main power. Like, they determine what of them sticks to other things.
Ugh.
So they put a hand down and stick on something, and then the hand goes until they determine that it's no longer stuck. So they have less control over their stretching, but they do stretch. Because they can, like, I plant my feet. My feet stick to the ground, my hands stuck to the car goes.
So they sort of more like the kiddo from One Piece, where he has stretchy powers, but he has to like baseball throw his own hand and stuff like that.
So is it like that instead of the sticky stuff? It's just a little more controlled.
I like the idea of the sticky. It's just like where other stretch heroes can like throw out their arm, like they can just stretch their arm like Jake can from Adventure Time. Maybe his is less controlled.
Yeah.
So maybe they're flying around the city, investigating all this stuff, and then Jammer just happens to be like on the bottom of their car.
What are they doing?
They're waiting to scoop the villain out from underneath them. Like,
so Jammer is like a little skeevy guy.
Like, I know they'll make it to the right spot. Maybe.
Just imagine Jammer on the bottom of a car stuck, and then they like stick down their back to the pavement, just car flip.
Or what about they just drop a foot and just stop the whole car? Its wheels screeching on the ground.
So do they have to stretch, or can they like exert some force and not stretch?
I think they can exert force and not stretch. I'm imagining those guys you get really cheap at like the dollar store that you can throw against a wall and they'll like slide down.
I just think about that sometimes.
Sometimes I just think about that.
So we got them, they go and they find out what Richard is up to and say, this is despicable.
Yeah.
And then Jammer gets bit.
Well, hold up. So they find Richard. Do you think Truth Satyr and Insquire just like start attacking him head on?
Truth Satyr probably is like, what art thou doing here?
I think while he's doing that, Jammer just plops down on top of Richard and just like suffocates him.
Oh,
like knocks him out, but just like, there we go. That's how we won.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, instead of actually fighting him, since Richard would probably actually win, they just like get like a technicality on him.
So they do that, and then they let the people out. Jammer gets bit, and then all three of them are bit.
Yeah.
By the end. But then they fly off or whatever. So who can fly in that group?
Maybe Insquire?
I feel like maybe Truth Satyr has like, they can just like sprout glowing wings.
Oh. Can Jammer create terrible fleshy bat wings?
Like an ugly bird?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Jammer doesn't fly.
Yeah.
Like they fly out of there and Jammer just like plops out. But the humans that were experimented on in the lab, they get out and they're roaming the lab. They go up to Amazing Richard. They sniff at him, and they're just not interested. Does that mean Amazing Richard doesn't have a soul? I don't know. Wow, it's just a little nugget in there. They just decide not to bite him and leave.
It's a story nugget that comic fans of the double issue universe bring up every single time from that event onward. It's like a guess of something like, oh, I bet they're going to bring that up. And it's just like, no, he's just in a different comic the next week, so we couldn't kill him.
Yeah.
Like, it's a weird just comics policy thing.
That's why it was written that way. But someone 20 years from then brings it up as an important plot point. So that's issue 0, is Outbreak. Okay, so this starts to grow, and then some heroes are going to come in to try to fight it.
Yeah.
Because this is a bigger thing now. It starts getting some traction. We got probably, I don't know, maybe Aegis doesn't come in right away. Maybe it's other teams.
I could see them calling in Spell Squadron to kind of take point on it.
Yeah, because they think it's got to be something mystical.
Yeah, since it doesn't immediately come up with like disease. There should be a one-off episode that's Monster Squad somehow related. Like they need somebody inside the city to get out.
I mean, we've got the tie-in issues of different things.
Yeah.
But who is the main carrier of this event?
Oh man, of the event.
Because all the groups are taking part in their various ways somehow. I mean, it could even be like a person.
Yeah.
Big question, is this pre or post robot? I kind of want Artificial Insurrection to be an earlier big event.
Yeah. No, that works. What if this is recent? So maybe just before Amy gets back?
So the ones we got on the deck right now. We got Robot. Landslide happens after this.
Yeah.
Landslide is the supervillain Prison Break. That's got to happen after because the Amazing Richard is in jail at that time. So perhaps he's still knocked out or something when the next people arrive.
They catch him still in the lab.
Yeah.
Maybe it's pretty easy to figure out where it starts. And so a couple people are pretty able to just hop in and grab him out.
Yeah. But they think he can reverse it, but he can't. Does the machine get damaged in the fight, maybe?
I could see that.
Maybe there's part of it is there's some heroes in this lab, and part of the miniseries is just in a room with like some heroes in the room with the Amazing Richard, trying to get him to fix the thing.
Oh.
Like some super scientist also is trying to work on the device so that they can reverse the process.
So what if when the outbreak happens, there were some other heroes that the Amazing Richard had captured, and they grab the Amazing Richard and hide into a back room. And so that's like one location the story is taking place, is them trying to survive, but also work on the device.
Okay.
I had an idea on the main character to focus on.
Yeah.
What about Spellbinder? Still has a soul, but maybe he's like impervious?
Yeah, that part of my thought was maybe a robot squad. Since they'd probably be more safe to it.
Yeah, it's like Spellbinder and Broadband and Dial-Up.
And this is the event. It's called Robots versus Zombies.
I knew it. I knew you're gonna sneak it in there. For those of you just joining, Quentin wrote most of a book.
No
outline, an idea for
idea.
Robots versus Zombies.
A comic that is already a comic.
Oh.
It's Zombies versus Robots. Yeah. It's already a comic.
Oh. Is it good?
Oh. I mean, that's what makes the most logical sense if we have robots in our world.
Yeah.
So perhaps in the sprawling side of things, the outbreaks are starting, like zombie type outbreaks are starting to happen in other cities because of the super ones.
Oh, like they never catch like Truth Satyr or Jammer.
Yeah.
I like the idea of this being a very like the gritty 2000s-esque, where it's like, well, Truth Satyr had these beautiful angel wings, but after he turned into a zombie, they were like devil wings.
Yeah. So perhaps that, I don't know, is that the main thrust of the story, or is that a side thing?
Maybe that's a side thing, like that comes up after.
Like Angel Hunter, Robo Assassin Angel Hunter.
I think maybe in this one they think, yeah, we got him. Like we dropped a bomb or something.
I just wonder what's the main through line of conflict in the actual series then? Just kind of a zombie hole up thing is part of it.
Maybe the central narrative thread is like, what is the difference between these soul-sucking zombies and like a robot? So they're like going back and forth with themselves. Like, I mean, are we just programmed? Do we have souls? And also, since it's so close after artificial insurrection, maybe this is also robots trying to prove themselves.
So it's like a Robo Squad going in on a mission to extract the Amazing Richard and whoever else is with them.
Yeah.
While they're holed up trying to... So that thing I said earlier where they ignore Richard, maybe they don't ignore Richard. Because I can't think of another way to keep the tension there. Unless they're both being attacked, but they get cut off from Richard's devices and such.
It could be a false positive. Like, the zombies are going after the other heroes, and maybe they leave him alone sometimes, but the heroes think they need to protect him to fix it.
I think it's just simpler if they start to go for a Richard, and I don't know, who is there that saves Richard?
I don't necessarily want anyone, like, top level. I was thinking maybe a League of Elemental Animals character. Huh?
I mean, you mentioned Insquire. Maybe it's Insquire and the Amazing Richard. Insquire doesn't get bit. Truth Satyr and Jammer just bust out. Insquire saves the Amazing Richard from getting bit. Like, Insquire is being attacked from all sides and retreats to a closet or something.
There you go.
To another room, I don't know. But they see Richard about to get bit and feel conflicted and say, well, I gotta save him. And then it's them barricaded in some other room against the zombies. So you've got that tension there. And then you've got there's got to be some very smart people outside trying to figure out how to reverse it, but they can't without Richard's technology.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of how do we construct it that it's so dangerous. Oh, it's gotta be soul sucking. That's how we do it. It's got to get messed up pretty early on.
Oh, the machine?
Yeah, like maybe at the end of issue 1. This is a containable zombie threat.
Mm-hmm.
Someone goes in and the machine gets damaged. And so now no person can get close. No one can just fly in.
The machine's just going off, sucking all souls nearby.
Yeah, but I still don't see why they can't just like drop a robot in right on top of that location.
What if...
Super shield.
Oh, like his whole facility's locked down?
Yeah, something like that. I think like we've got to like design it plot hole wise.
Yeah. So the Amazing Richard has giant monsters that he can summon up.
Mm-hmm.
What if one of those gets soul sucked by accident?
Oh.
Like it goes off during the fight.
How does that make it very much different from regular giant monsters that want to eat everyone?
Well, now it's sucking souls. Like, you fly close to it, and instead of being able to just fight it, it, like, just starts taking your soul.
I'm just thinking, why can't we just drop if robots are immune to it, why can't we just drop a robot where we need the robot to be? That's the part I'm trying to get.
Okay.
Because I do like the image of, like, a robot team that has to make their way through the streets.
Right.
To get to a location. That seems like a very good thrust of the series. Just how do we set it up that we can have that?
What if when the lab locks down, it like sinks into the ground or something and has a super shield?
mean, we could do like an energy shield or something. He has some energy shield technology that also goes off.
So they have to like go down into the sewers or something and go around.
Yeah.
A bunch of random Centauri got soul sucked, and they're just like swarming around the building.
Yeah. I think the combination of all these, so it's the most contrived thing.
Like they're just looking at the situation, just, how? He had so many Doomsday super weapons on backlog, and they're just all trying to go off at the same time.
So you've got the Centauri security force. They're the first people called in because they're big right now. So they get called in. They go into this lab. The zombie threat is spreading through the city, but we need a super scientist on the good guy side.
Could be. Dr. Drake would be around.
Someone determines that we need the machine that started this. They're in contact with Squire.
Okay.
That's how they know information from the inside. Like, we can't get out. There's like zombies everywhere. They're gonna get us.
Jellicers, if only I could get a message to the outside. Amazing Richard, just tired of answering a million questions, is like, fine, I'll make you a device so you can talk to people outside and stop asking me questions.
Yes. So they get a message out. Centauri super police. I don't know. What are these?
Mercenaries, maybe? I was thinking just prisoners of Amazing Richard.
Oh.
But I kind of like the idea of they're just semi-super cleanup people.
Yeah.
Like troubleshooter janitors, but...
The troubleshooters.
Yeah.
Do they have laser gun?
I mean, sure.
Okay, so the troubleshooters arrive. They get into the lab. Zombie starts attacking them. They shoot it, but they shoot through the zombie. And the super scientists on the other side of the line are like, no, don't shoot them. Like, we need these bodies. They shoot. It hits the soul machine. And also, someone falls into a shield generator. How do we make this less contrived? Oh, less contrived. The intelligent systems of the Amazing Richard's place say containment protocol and put up a big shield around the whole city.
Okay, there you go.
We got it.
So the building locks down itself, and so the Centauri work really hard to get inside.
Yeah.
And they work so well that they've blown a hole through all of the security doors that let all the zombies out.
Okay. Yes.
So it's like, it's a low-level threat. They're like, oh, we just need to send somebody over there to, like, you know, let the heroes out, or...
Yeah, maybe they don't know Jammer and Truth Satyr are out yet.
Yeah. Or they haven't escaped yet.
Okay.
So they get down to, like, the last room that actually has the zombies in it. And it's a scene of, like, them looking around in the dark, and they see Truth Satyr and Jammer, and they're just like, oh, hey, good, you guys are down here. And then Truth Satyr, like, shows off for the first time that he's now bad.
Okay.
Just like a scene there to end episode 1 or whatever.
I think issue 1 ends with the shield going up.
Okay.
But Truth Satyr and Jammer need to escape before. Maybe Truth Satyr only escapes before the thing is out. So what if issue 2, they're approaching this bubbled city now, and they don't yet know that the soul machine is malfunctioning? So maybe the whole issue is like a heist planning mission.
Okay.
The thing with Myriad is we need a lot more heroes that get soul sucked, you know?
Yeah.
We need to come up with some way that happens.
So, I mean, the city might have its own group of heroes anyway, like its own amateur heroes that run around.
Yeah, and there's a whole bunch of people in the city.
But this would definitely be a good time for double issue universe characters to get cleaned up if there had been a large amount prior to this event.
Yeah, but what I was thinking was they have this large planning meeting. You know, we've got the person that can deal with the zombies without killing them. We've got a couple of those, but the whole thing is Ocean's 11 style. This is exactly what this hero will do in here and do this here and whatever. They have the whole plan, and you see the whole thing going off flawlessly. And then near the end of the issue, they go, okay, let's do it. And so they open up a side of the bubble. I don't know, maybe they have some sort of technology to bypass the shield, and they step inside and all of their souls are immediately sucked out.
Oh.
Just the plan doesn't work.
Okay, so I think I'm getting an idea forming here. So I think the robots get put on the mission just in general, but they're like, I'm sorry, but we don't really trust robots to take lead on this, so you're confined to the command center. And then issue 1 happens, and the whole time they're just like, we could really be helping. And episode 2 happens, and they're like, okay, we're sending you guys in.
Okay.
I was gonna say, I like the idea of they have to go through the sewers at times, and that's where Jammer hangs out.
Yeah.
And then if they're up topside, that's where Truth Satyr is. What were you saying?
One, what if they still don't trust the robots at this point. So they before the robots go in, they barter, they make a deal with what do we call it? The lab.
Yeah.
And have everyone on the robo team put in that they cannot kill any of the people inside. Like they can't do anything that would cause a death to any of the people without the souls.
Oh, okay.
They can never do a kill shot, so they're kind of handicapped going in.
Yeah.
Because the scientists believe that this can be reversed. We need these bodies.
Right.
How big do you think the Ocean's 11 planning group is?
Which would be pretty good. Like, that'd be a good time for cameos. So maybe it's all of Spell Squadron and all of Aegis.
Oh no, this is people who get their souls sucked out, man.
Oh, that's right. I was thinking like the command group itself wouldn't go in, but the group of people, like the heroes, get their soul sucked. What about like 10?
What are we going to do to get a whole bunch of people in Myriad? Like, this can be like a later issue thing, like an unexpected thing that happens. But we need to do something for that, you know?
What kind of people? Like just heroes or?
Yeah, heroes and maybe just random people also.
I mean, I think as far as just random people, we're probably covered by the city. So what about a team of like 30 B-list heroes?
That's so wild. This event would not happen. Just, why are they setting up all these people that nobody cares about? Oh, well, yeah, they all died, huh?
I look at it like, man, the Purple Ferret, that's always been a lame comic, and he has no fans. Oh, okay, he's dead now.
Yeah, why would someone like, I buy the new Avengers event, the new Civil War, because it's Captain America fighting Iron Man, not because it's the Purple Ferret fighting, I don't know, Goopy.
I just know a lot of the characters, except for a couple that we have in the fiction, like they're involved in stories actively.
Yeah,
we could do like a previous Graham gets picked off or something like that.
Yeah, I'm just that's fine. No, I'm just saying it's fine. I'm not sure it would make sense in the real world.
Right, because we could make a big list and then just retroactively be like, yeah, they were important before.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there could be some of that. There's some people that were big before this. I think we've got to offer up someone in our thing that was in the past. Do we have anyone like that?
We haven't gone over Moonglow's death yet.
Yeah, I feel like you've done Moonglow's death like 4 times.
I think I've suggested it like 4 times.
Which one of those is canon?
We haven't picked one yet.
I thought you said her big moment was like on the moon or something.
No, that was her last success.
I don't know. You put her in a retirement home and frail and weak, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think you get to do that, and also she went out in a blaze of glory also.
I don't know, man.
Well, we've got Truth Satyr running around. Do they infect some people outside, and those people have to be brought back to the city for containment? Is the resolution for that?
Well, that's what I was wondering. Does the containment shield go up? He gets out or after?
I think Truth Satyr gets out.
Okay.
So that you can have a side series where someone's hunting Truth Satyr.
See, I was thinking, like, what if they have the big final thing and they never find his body or whatever?
Because I was just thinking maybe there's another containment team that's dealing with wherever Truth Satyr is going, but they can't catch them.
Gotcha. I was going to say a character that's dead by the time this would start, but that hasn't gotten, like, it isn't part of a current story, would be Shadow Doom. Maybe they have a Suicide Squad angle to their team they're sending in. It's
That
going to be
could
all villains, and then they open the bubble and send them in, and they just immediately die.
Well, yeah. What if they send in a Suicide Squad and a regular squad and I don't know. There was a point in the thinking of it. I was like, what if they surround the bubble and they all walk in at the same time?
Oh.
With robots also. So then the only ones that are left are the robots, and the robots are separated from each other and they have to meet up first. But yeah, I don't know. So heist planning. There's a large contingent of heroes / villains that go in.
Yeah.
They all immediately get sucked. The next one is robots.
Yeah, the robots in the city, maybe like their solo stories.
What do you mean solo stories?
Like, are you saying they're not together when it starts then?
Oh, I just threw that out there. I didn't know if that stuck.
Yeah, I didn't know if like them in a group or them by themselves, just kind of.
Which one do you want? Because I also there's also the issue 3 could be about the negotiation of getting robots in there.
That's true.
Like the no kill shots angle.
Yeah, that might be good. So that's actually the episode where they set up the robots going in.
/ them going in, yeah.
Yeah.
So then we need like a journey for an issue or so. Like them getting into something drives them underground. Perhaps the heroes out on the hero presence is too great, so they slink into the sewers.
Okay.
Then perhaps sewer navigation, and there they meet Jammer. What if it's they're navigating the sewers, they've got a map, and the dead ends aren't right, and it's just Jammer jamming up whole areas of the place.
Oh. And see, I was thinking it'd be almost more like a horror movie tone, where you keep getting shots of like goop sliding around in the background.
That's pretty good.
But I assume they defeat him and get out.
I assume.
I didn't know if there'd be another episode where it's actually like just the fight with him or something like that. I guess that would be a good transition to go to whatever Truth Sater's up to.
I think that might be a mini series on the side.
Okay.
The Hunt for Truth. And that's like a ragtag team trying to track down Truth Sater. You got Werewolf, the ultimate tracker.
Law Warrior. He was my roommate in law college.
We need some background plot for these. They're trying to get we're cutting in with some of the Insquire and Amazing Richard. You get some of that.
Yeah. I think Insquire needs an arc from issue 0, he's G. Jillikers and bright and sunshiny. And I think by the end of this series, just being with Amazing Richard for however long, a couple of days, just makes him a different character. And I think, like, in comic book terms, it would be like when a Robin goes from being all happy and bubbly to being a world-weary character. But I like the idea of him having an arc of changing. Yeah. However that change comes out.
Yeah. So, thought I had was maybe the thing isn't sucking souls, because what if because a city full of zombies, I think, is less interesting than there's still some survivors in there.
Yeah.
But what if the entry point they chose, just immediately there were too many zombies there? They just get overwhelmed right away.
Okay.
So they all get turned. The whole team, or most of the extraction team post shield. And that way it's less contrived. It just, the containment shield goes up. There's not a malfunction and a containment shield. Because then we can also have heroes that survived trying to make it through the zombie city. Also,
that's true.
We can have random bits of those.
I was gonna say maybe like issue 6 then is like examining some of those short stories.
Yeah, they could be throughout different bits as needed. Like you can slowly see maybe which ones survived and whatever. Because maybe the first bit where they all get bit, you don't actually see who survives that. And bit by bit, you're seeing another hero show up here or there, or another suicide villain. But that'll leave us that there can be a point where it does get soul sucky as like a final turn.
Maybe the Amazing Richard thinks he's fixed the machine and turns it back on, But it's just like a wider berth sucker.
That could be. So people are surviving and they're like, this is good. We've made it.
And then it just starts moving out and getting out everybody.
So issue 6, they make it to the lab. Several of the other heroes make it to the lab. They actually are able to make a perimeter and beat off the different heroes. Both Esquire and the Amazing Richard have gotten through to each other a bit and affected each other. But
I like to think that I touched all these children, and I like to think that they touched me too.
Was that right?
I think that's...
So they do that, and then the end of that issue is, well, let's reverse it, and then everyone that was safe gets sucked in.
Oh, that's good, because there's the dawning recognition of, oh, this isn't working.
Yeah.
So maybe then Richard goes ahead and finishes sucking all the other souls in the city so that all the zombies are cleaned up too. And that's when they decide to try to figure out what to do with them.
So they got all the souls in a jar.
Yeah.
What if in this one of the scientists remote takes control of a robot body and they're like doing the full VR experience, but it's without the permission of that robot?
Oh.
So they end up fixing the machine, but it's very ethically dubious. Oh yeah, we didn't mention it in the other episode, but I don't know why Cyberwolf isn't around anymore, but I think he might be the computer of the Aegis headquarters.
Oh, okay.
At one point, Quake says, CW, do this. The Cyberwolf.
Yeah. They have this really sad scene where everybody's around Cyberwolf in like a hospital bed. You're like, you can't die. And he's like, I'm a wolf. I don't have a long lifespan. I'm sorry, everyone. And he flatlines and everyone goes really quiet, a little bit of crying. And then his like IV machine blinks on with his face. He's like, and I upgraded to a new cyber body. And everyone's just kind of mad.
My wolf body doesn't have long to live.
Yeah.
But cyber forever, baby.
He is just like super annoying by interrupting anyone's computer while they're watching movies or whatever in the Aegis Tower.
So what if they fix it? They fix it, and then that thing you said earlier, in Squire has a healing ability or something.
Yeah, or they use his body.
Let's do them first to test it. Let's test it on this child first.
On this child soldier. So then would 8, like the end of 7, they're gearing up to test it out. So maybe in 8, it's like a couple of weeks later.
Yeah.
And it's just about like aftermath.
It could be an epilogue.
Yeah, more like epic log.
Maybe if it just, the end of that one is just, no, turn it off. There's too many. So the epilogue is going to be seeing the state of the city afterwards, which is still all zombies. Perhaps they've constructed a wall around this city or a fence or something. They've got guards, hoping that they can maybe keep these bodies alive and one day get all their souls back in. How do they contain all the supers that went bad, that went soul expired? Is there like, so you're seeing the city, maybe there's some people doing a walk around or something explaining some of the stuff, like I don't know what would go on, but you see some of the aftermath there, the machines and whatever. And then you see far below the city there is a containment cell for all the different supers, that superpowered zombies or something.
If the Amazing Richard's energy shield was keeping everybody else out, would they just leave that up?
I don't know. Maybe it takes a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a rush near the end where it's failing.
Oh, okay.
So that puts more time pressure on to find the fix.
Yeah, so maybe there is just a cell of heroes in the bottom, like in the lab cell.
So when they start the machine, when they start the machine to reverse it, that takes a lot of power. So the shield is failing.
Oh, okay.
But what happens, like it sucks power away from that. But what happens is there's some heroes, like they've got like camps outside, trying to figure this out, the planning stages. Some of those heroes, like the soul sucking widens out further than the energy shield did. That's how we get more heroes in. More heroes and more outside people.
Okay.
It widens beyond the city limits until they shut it off. So there's like more that's affected actually.
I like that.
And then that gives us like more action here as there's like less containment. So there's more supers battling zombies kind of deal.
That makes a more cinematic ending.
Yeah. So there's just a bunch of chaos and they're just, well, we got to do this now. Hopefully this is the reverse. Whoops.
Because I was going to say, I like the idea of Myriad's main job is just to run around the city during the day trying to make sure there's no other like super zombies or contain everything.
So I wonder, is part of Squire's, perhaps part of their healing ability is they kind of morph. Like their body adjusts some to whoever's in charge.
I could see that.
Because we already determined they get the powers. Is it part of their powers that like gave Truth Satyr wings? I know you put light morphing as like little morphing, but a little bit of morphing. But what if it's light morphing as in light?
Like literally light?
Like wing.
That could be kind of cool. See, I have in my head the idea for what Myriad looks like is if you mixed a whole bunch of Play-Doh colors together. So he's like blue and pink and green, and every frame they would like have him completely painted differently.
You say he, but
sorry,
it's most definitely a they now.
Yeah,
but partly I imagine an unstable shape if that's the thing, unless in the downtime it's just shared.
See, I'm just thinking of it like the way they draw Sandman comics, where every frame you can tell who the characters are, but it's like they've gotten a little bit of a change in their shape. Yeah. Things aren't as like stable as far as how they look or dress. But with all the different people and all the different powers, they're just constantly shifting a little bit in how they look and just very colorful. That's all I meant.
Yeah. But do we want them to take on the appearance of whoever's in control in addition to that, or not?
Yeah, I could see that. Maybe they have like a resting face that's just a very generic face. But I think if one person's taking control, they would.
Because we could do both. Like they can shift into whoever is in control, but also they're a bit, weird to look at.
Yeah. I wonder if I can find a picture of what I'm actually thinking.
Yeah. I would love that. But yeah. Oh man, I just imagine Myriad going around the city. Like in their downtime, they're just kind of sad.
Yeah.
Just going around the city, like stopping at different zombies and checking up on all the people inside, checking up on themselves and their loved ones.
Just like in a family room with the TV on static, and there's just a family of zombies hanging out.
Yeah. Do we want to come up with some of the side quest stories?
Sure.
We had the, what did we call it? The hunt for truth, or what did I call it?
I think that was
the hunt for truth. So the hunt for truth is like a 4-issue miniseries detailing people trying to track down the Truth Satyr. Werewolf is on the team. I don't know who else, but that seems like a good fit. Robot Cowboy. Wait, no, that's Wrangler.
Wrangler could be out there.
Yeah, but Wrangler's a bad guy, aren't they?
Suicide Squad rules.
Oh yeah, they're superseding. There's very morally dubious stuff in this. They're superseding the AI protocols so that they can have bad guy robots on their team. So Wrangler against their will. But I just imagine them with the 6-shooter running down the street chasing after Truth Satyr Angel demon thing.
They have their hands out like they're going to draw their gun, but instead of drawing a pistol, they swipe their arms across where their pistols would be, and magnetically their hands detach and their gun hands attach, and they just got gun hands.
Yeah, but it does have like 6-shooter revolver elements for some reason.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's super high-tech robot hands, but it's a 6-shooter.
What other miniseries could we have? It's very contained in the city. I mean, we could have, instead of the different heroes having their journeys in the thing, the main series could be the robots, and the survivors could have their own series, like Tales of the Survivors or something. So that you read those and you can see how they survived in the zombie city. So that if you're just reading the main series, Some people just show up at near the end. But if you're reading the tie-ins, you can see how they actually got there.
I think that works. I think we should do one of Myriad after, like as a post story of just them doing the different little things around the city. I was gonna say it's like a testing the waters for their own.
Oh yeah.
Off.
Yeah, but that's not really a tie-in. That's just kind of a Myriad miniseries after the fact. But yeah, I definitely see them coming out of this. What about just more smaller ones? Not like people that aren't involved in this event just didn't tie in with it because it is contained.
Yeah.
But what if you do have, I don't know, just another in the city type thing, but everyday people? I don't know.
Yeah.
Or the Tales of the Survivors is just a longer, bigger series.
Yeah, maybe there's a couple of episodes.
On big events, do they come out every month? Surely they don't. They like come out every other week or something like that.
Oh, I thought they did weeklies, but with big events, it's usually like everyone just happens to tie into it.
But what if it was like the Zombie City were coming out every other week? So those cover 2 months, but there's 16 issues of Tales of the Survivors.
Oh.
Because it's a bunch of smaller stories.
I think that could work.
I don't know. Different than the usual tie-ins. Like there was one in the Civil War that reminds me of that. Like they had the newspaper coming out. I don't know. Can you think of other things?
So Dial-Up was going to be part of the ground team, right?
Maybe. We didn't really dive into who was on the team.
So to say, if Dial-Up's in the city, Broadband might need something to do. Unless that's just they're in the background of all the episodes, just kind of watching from on top of the bubble or something.
You could see their legs in the background as like skyscrapers.
Yeah. Random eyes just staring down.
I mean, you could do the zombie kaiju, gets let out somewhere else.
Yeah. So he can have his own so they can have their own episode.
Yeah, I don't know if I have any other tie-ins I can think of. It seems a more contained type thing after we've explored it. The bits that come out are the hunt for truth.
Well, and I think it could have longer standing ramifications.
Yeah.
So maybe whenever we come back to it, now there's, like you were saying, there's zombies in other cities now, and they got to call back in Myriad to try to help figure out what's going on. And
yeah, you could do Zombie City too. What do we want to call it?
Which one? Oh, the Zombie City?
Yeah, the event. The Bubble.
Under the Dome by Stephen King. Zombies.
Trapped. The Siege. I think that it actually is an event in Marvel.
Iron Will.
And Soul. Suck.
Soul sucking.
I mean, did we want to call them zombies in the thing? We've been using the word zombies all the way. But how... Is there something they call them in the thing that's not zombies?
There's like a vampire thing, like thralls.
Doomtopolis. We could name the city and it could just be that. The fall of blank.
It's like a super serious name. Like Yonkers.
Purgatory. No, that's the purge. My bad.
Purgatory, Arizona.
Thou shalt not kill.
Alright, I think I almost got something.
Okay.
So the rapture is supposed to be like when everyone's souls gets taken.
Yeah.
Is there something we could do with that?
Rap battle.
Like, epic raptures of history. Rapture battles.
Rapture capture.
I was trying to think. So with the power shield up, it's going to have like a glow to the city.
Yeah.
So all the outside scenes are going to be cool panels just because of the glowing light.
Yeah.
I don't know, there's something we could do with that.
I think it's going to be like dusk. Kind of like glowing, but that's the only light. It like blocks out the sunlight. So it's like kind of perpetual night. But also like, I don't know, just like low light.
I like the idea of it being yellow because then we could say that it has a motion to it, like a wave motion. And we could say amber waves. And just sneak in a bunch of political ideas in there. Yeah,
to think you would bring politics into this podcast.
I'm sorry. My bad.
You know I own doubleissue.republican, right?
But I just bought doubleissue.democrat.
And this is the double issue Civil War. Yep. We've incepted another event in this one.
the two lead comic creators at the time of this event were on opposite political structures. And it began they just started killing off each other's characters left and right.
Yeah. The other comic was Free Market Paradise.
And the other comic was Open Borders Free College.
The other creator named this series, this is like socialism, right? Am I right? This town is like what happens when you vote Democrat.
Parentheses, isn't this just like late stage capitalism? Am I right? Do we want to do comic covers for these and then wrap it up? Truth Satyr and Jammer having an argument with Insquire, like in the background, looking at zombie cages. For 0. For issue 1, could be like...
Don't go through them one by one.
Okay.
I think just if you've got any good images, like the domed city with a bunch of heroes hovering around, and you see the full scale of this thing. I think that's one of them.
Okay. Well, I have one for 3 then.
Okay.
I really have this image in my head of, you have those comics from like the 60s that were about Vietnam. I think you have the robot ground squad kind of with packs and everything and supplies walking through the city in sort of a similar mirror of that.
Okay.
With the glow of the city. And
yeah, that's pretty cool. What about everyone that dies in that one issue? All of their faces in like a grid.
For the epilogue, what about Myriad looking in a mirror, but it's a pointillism colored piece, but each point is like a person's face almost.
That's pretty cool.
Or like one of those pictures where it's photographs that make up the picture.
Yeah. And
it's like they're like David's thinker.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. You gotta have the one of like High Noon Showdown between Wrangler and Truth Satyr.
Yeah, that's gonna be good.
Yeah. I don't think I have any more.
In general, I've got one about the sewers, but it's just generic cover. Like
yeah, that's also what I was seeing.
Cover.
Like something dripping down behind them that they can't see, or, eyes in the darkness or something like that. Do we need to go through all the stuff again? Do we have it?
I can do like a top level.
Yeah, quick. What we came up with.
So we decided to do Zombie City. Did we name the event?
No, we didn't.
The thread there.
We didn't name the event, but here's what happens in the quote-unquote Zombie City event.
The Amazing Richard makes a soul-sucking device. A couple of lower-level heroes.
In a mech, 2 low-level heroes in a mech suit.
Truth Satyr, Insquire, and Jammer show up to stop him. They tussle, and during the tussle, zombie people that have had their souls sucked out escape.
Yeah, and get Jammer and Truth Satyr at that point.
Right. Insquire escapes with the Amazing Richard to a safe room, and the building locks down. So then the city sends in a bunch of Centauri heroes, or security mercenaries, to get them out, but they accidentally release all the zombies, and they start turning everyone into soulless zombies. Yeah. So then, the Amazing Richard's facility releases an energy shield to keep everybody inside. Yeah. So at that point, there's some robot heroes that are being sidelined because they don't trust the robots, but they end up trying to send in a bunch of heroes after a Ocean's 11-esque planning session, and everybody
immediately beefs it.
So they send a robot team in.
They insert safeguards with the lab and send the robots in.
So then they travel to the lab and get forced underground to the sewers for a little bit and fight Jammer.
Yeah.
They make it up to the lab with a bunch of people that had also survived. They turn on the energy weapon, or that Amazing Richard's been working on, but it sucks everyone's soul out that isn't a robot or the Amazing Richard.
Apparently.
Yeah. And then they turn off the machine, but it takes down the shield wall. And so all the zombies get out and start attacking people outside the city.
Yeah, and some people get turned immediately. It sucks some souls inside from that.
So then they contain the zombies, and they try to put the bottled up souls back into people, but they end up just putting them all inside Insquire.
Yeah, and that creates Myriad.
Yeah. And then at the end, it's just they've walled off the city and are trying to figure out how to fix everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good little event.
Truth Satyr is on the run for a while, or still is.
Yeah, side event.
Yeah.
And maybe never gets caught.
Yeah. Maybe Jammer goes into the water supply.
Well, Jammer gets
water-based.
caught.
Okay. You don't want more water-based villains? It's hiding
I don't
out
want
there.
Jammer out there.
Gross.
Okay. That sounds good. Hopefully that made sense to everyone. It was a sprawling mess on our side, so we'll see how this edits down.
The hour of us trying to find a domain name for our general work.
My recording is at 4.5 hours.
I think that's about where mine was when I ended my phone. Or is that like 4 hours?
I think there's an hour where we just didn't do anything related to this.
Yeah.
And then another hour in the middle where we didn't do anything related. There's like 2 hours. Like we do the opening and then goof off for another hour or something.
Yeah.
That's fine.
But hey, our show art is by Lisa Prather. So you can find her art on lisapratherart.com or on Instagram.
You can find me online at Gwair, GYWAIR on Twitter. Gwair.itch.io. I've made some games. I was in a game jam just the other week, making some sweet jams. That's what I sell on there, my game jams. There's like an Earthbound jam. You got your Sonic jam, the blueberry, of course. You've got your Mario jam. I sell homemade jams on Gwair.itch.io. So go check those out.
Go follow me on Twitter at Quinn Pongrats. And buy all my scented candles at mystery.fish.com.
Don't say it out loud. We might use that one.
They're all fish scented candles.
Candle.scent.io. You can find us email, Twitter, website, WordPress, Facebook, Instagram. I don't know. There's links to stuff. There's a Discord where we posted pictures of, what did we post a picture of today? Rainbow person and horny Hamtaro. So hit us up on Twitter if you want to interact with us. Hit us up on Discord, whatever. I don't know. Freeharmonics by the Freeharmonic Orchestra. That was the opening. We shortened it to 30 seconds because it's a great song, but we don't want to use the whole song every time. But they let us do that because it's under the Creative Commons.
Our stories for next week are going to be using the prompt void. So come back for those.
My lips are kind of chapped.
Yeah. I'm just slightly sweaty all over. Like, not really sweaty, just lightly humid.
Did we say the end of it? Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye. Thanks for listening.
Oh, yeah. If you like the show, share it with people. We would really appreciate it.
Yeah.
If you share it with people that you think might like it. Because that's how we would get new listeners. Is just tell people you like it.
Okay.
We should buy the Nexus.sucks. Do you think anyone would be mad if we bought like the Nexus.audio?
I mean, if we just rerouted it to him, I don't think he'd mind.
I'm not going to buy the Nexus.sucks because that is hundreds of dollars.
Oh. Are all the .sucks just like that?
I'm pretty sure because the people that buy .sucks domains are people that are in advertising trying to either buy the domain of your thing .sucks or make, mock websites for the competitor sucks. We can get the Nexus.rocks for $13.99 and have it go to our website.